The following is an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.
Here we go. Chris Mahler back to kick off for the Bears. Levante Smith back to receive for the Eagles. The ball down. Jerry Mack takes it to the house for an Eagle. Touchdown! Gillen on the quarterback keeper, met in the backfield by Richard Mitchell. Bell's pass complete. Nathan Scruggs on the reception. Jerome McClain, 2 yards, takes it to the house for another Eagle! Touchdown! No, that will not go. Ryan Smith and Jonathan Williams to receive.
Smith, chewing up real estate, is finally knocked out of bounds at the 23-yard line, where it'll be first and 10, Eagles. Jerry McClain.
Jerrell McClain, Nigel McCauley for the field goal. And the kick is good! Higgins, that's for a loss.
To kick for Morgan State, Smith to receive. Fumble on the exchange, recovered by the Eagles. Back to attempt the field goal. And the kick
right, head coach Jerry Mack joining us now for the postgame press conference. Coach, happy birthday, and you get to celebrate the birthday with a win.
Right. That's all I can ever ask. That was what we worked hard for all week. I thought the guys did a great job of coming out and playing with some energy. We preached all week about starting fast. I think we were able to score 14 points in the first quarter. And to be honest with you, that probably was the biggest difference in the game, just to get that momentum coming out the gate. We knew they were a little bit slow coming out the gate. I think they had scored 7 points the entire year in the first quarter. So we knew we had to do a great job of winning that first quarter. And it just propelled us to some more success.
Were you expecting that ice bath there at the end?
Well, I really wasn't, to be honest with you. But, the guys have been telling me happy birthday all day. So, something had to be up. So I think they were kind of playing it in the back of their minds. If something happened and we were able to get the win, that's what they was going to be able to do.
Did they do anything else for your birthday, any cakes or anything like that, or just the ice bath?
Oh, no, just the ice bath right now. I hope they don't have anything else up their sleeves.
All right, so what went into that call on 4th down in the first half? You guys were at the 1 yard line, instead of going for the field goal, tried to run it in. What went into that decision?
Well, we had been running the ball pretty well. And we brought number one offense as far as running the ball in the league. And I felt good about putting an opportunity like that in our offensive line and our running backs' hands. We had a missed assignment right there on the 1 yard line. One guy particularly didn't do his job. And that's how it is sometimes, But we were, we didn't blink an eye. At the end of the day, we said, hey, they're going to have to go 99 yards. And that's what they tried to. I don't know what happened after that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But, it just happens like this sometimes.
When Skillian went out, were you guys expecting Higgins to come in and be such a long threat there?
I thought Higgins runs the ball a little bit harder than most. But at the end of the day, I knew we had to prepare for one or the other. Both of those guys have been starters in the league and been successful in the league before. I think Higgins was the starter in 13 before we got here. So we knew they had two capable quarterbacks that could come in and manage the offense. We just had to play our game.
And you guys have kind of struggled at 3rd and long situations, even 2nd and long tonight. What kind of gives there?
We got to win first down. The biggest thing about being in 2nd and long and even 3rd and long is either you're not winning first down or you're not winning 2nd down. And we didn't do a great job tonight. Penalties, we had a lot. I think we had 11 penalties tonight. We just got to do a better job of controlling. Every time we got some momentum going, it seemed like something happened where we got behind the chains.
Okay, in your mind, what was the biggest play of the game?
I think the punt block. When we blocked that punt, we were able to gain momentum, and I think we ended up kicking a field goal from that. Nigel's been money for us all year. He did an excellent job tonight as well.
Okay, what was your reaction when you saw Ryan Smith's interception down there?
Relief. Relief. At the end of the day, we're finding ways to close games out. We started fast. We closed the game out well today. The only thing was in the middle. We sputtered a lot in the middle, offensively and defensively. But, when it came time to close that game, we was in that same situation last year, and they didn't come up with it. And I think what you're seeing is our program grow. Our team is growing. They're showing a lot of character. We're finding ways to win football games. No different than what good teams do. In the end of the day, they find a way to close games out in the last minute or 2 minutes of the game.
You mentioned your strong kicking game with Nigel. You also have some pretty good kickoff returners, punt returners. Do you feel like you guys are becoming more well-rounded, more explosive in that area?
Yeah, we're a total team right now. And we got to depend on a lot of guys that's playmaking. We got a lot of injuries, a lot of guys out for the season. So we're depending on every phase of the football game to come up with some big plays, whether it's special teams, defensively. You saw the second interception, and offensively, we're doing a good job of running the ball and things like that. Darrell McClain's doing a good job. So we just got to find a way in all aspects of the game. We're not one-dimensional as far as we're leaning on the defense or leaning on the offense or even leaning on the special teams. We have to find a way overall to give a total team effort.
Is this the best 35th birthday present you could have asked for?
There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. Hopefully my wife takes me out for a steak dinner tonight. But other than that, this was great.
So now at 3-1 in conference, you continue to make that chase for the Celebration Bowl invitation. How do you feel going forward now with 2 more games at home?
I feel good. Our team, we'll celebrate this tonight like we always have our 24-hour rule. We'll do a great job of enjoying this victory. But tomorrow when we come in for our meetings, we're all about Norfolk State. We got to do a good job of trying to close this thing out and win homecoming. We're going to have a lot of alumni, a lot of fans depending on us and leaning on us. And it keeps our dreams and hopes and dreams alive. It keeps us in the running, keeps us in the hunt for the Celebration Bowl. And we got something to play for. Not a lot of teams in the country right now at this time have something to play for, and we still can go to the Celebration Bowl.
CJ Moore joining us now for the press conference. CJ, if you'd like to make an opening statement about today's game.
I think it was just a great team win. It's a great feeling right now, throughout the team. And anytime you get a win like that at home versus a quality opponent like that, you can't ask for anything else.
What's it like to be on the other side of this? You know, last year you guys lost right at the end. This year you kind of took it away from them right at the end.
Well, it's a lot less tears, a lot less disappointing when you're on the other side, you know. I mean, it's just great. It shows how far we've come as a team. I think as an organization as a whole, just being able to close out games versus quality opponents, and you know, in games like these where they can go either way, you have to find ways to win, and that's exactly what we did.
When they had Skillen in there, you guys kind of figured out their offense and kept them, you know, locked down. When they switched quarterbacks, they changed a lot. You know, what kind of happened there?
Well, you know, anytime teams change quarterback, it's hard. That change of pace is hard for teams. That's why a lot of teams struggle with our offense, because we have the same thing. So you game plan all week for one guy. You kind of pick up on tendencies and reads and keys, and then they bring another guy in who's totally different. So it's just one of those things where you have to be assignment sound, and they're going to catch you off balance a little bit, but you kind of got to get it together and go out there and find ways to stop them. And we have coaches, they made some really nice adjustments for us. And we just had to, you know, do what they told us to do.
When you look at those third and long situations and even second and long situations, they were able to convert. You know, you guys can stop them on a 3rd and 1, but when it gets to 3rd and long, it seems a little bit harder. You know, what's the difference there?
Well, I think we're one of those teams. We have a lot of pride and a lot of heart as a defense, and we kind of, you know, you can kind of get lax when it's 3rd and long, and it's kind of harder, you know, to up that intensity on 3rd and long. And when you get teams in 3rd and short, you know, that's kind of all about heart and will, and that's kind of the defense we have. So I think that's why we fare a little better on the situations like that.
I feel kind of like for a little bit you guys were like, you would fumble, then they would fumble. It was just kind of like a back and forth fumble game.
Well, I think you got some two good defenses, and I think you have two teams that wanted to win. So teams are fighting, going for the ball. You know, offensive players are trying to make plays, get extra yards, and sometimes the ball comes loose, and I think that's just what you saw. The good game for two teams playing hard, and that's what you're going to get anytime you get a good game like that.
What was your reaction when you saw Ryan's interception?
Reaction, I don't know. I was thinking of a way to celebrate with him without injuring him, because, you know, I might injure Ryan, you know. But I think it's great because a lot of times people don't see what he does for us, and he locks down the whole side of the field pretty much every single game, and teams can't really throw it over there. And I think you see why. You know, you see why teams can't throw it over there. And, you know, you got a team like that, and they thought they had us schemed up, and he did exactly what he always does for us, read his keys, and he made a play, makes plays.
And with it being Coach Mack's birthday, obviously you guys couldn't lose because, you know, for the grand scheme of the season, but also it's his birthday. Was this a real must-not-lose game?
Absolutely. I mean, every game is must-not-lose, but Coach Mack, you know, he got the nice smile and, you know, the nice haircut and stuff, but he can be pretty mean when he loses now. So we couldn't go back with a loss. We couldn't go back to film with a loss watching us than that. But I think it's good. You know, we wanted to get this win for him. We definitely did, and you know, we did. We went out and got the job done.
Do you guys have any more birthday surprises planned for him other than the ice bath there at the end?
No, this is it. You know, we're a one gift type of team. You know, you can't get greedy now. You know.
All right, CJ, you hit double digits in tackles today. You seem like you've really seen the game really well right now. What's really been coming together for your game this year?
I just think experience and trust. You know, my teammates, they trust me to make plays, and they trust me to kind of do what I do each week. And anytime you got teammates and stuff that trust you like that, and coaches that put you in position, they just kind of come to you. So it's not like, oh, CJ's out there doing everything but they just put me in great position. And guys, a lot of times, like, you don't see guys making the play that makes the play, you know, holding down a blocker so they don't block me and doing things like that. And, you know, I can't credit those guys enough.
All right, well, Norfolk State coming up next, homecoming week, big game. How do you feel going forward to that?
Well, it's big. You know, anytime it's homecoming, you know, you get a little more excited, and you feel campus is the excitement on campus is raising up. We're picking up a few wins in a row, and the race, you know, the championship race is tight right now, and it's getting tight, and that's really what it comes down to. You know, everything else is extra. Getting a win versus homecoming, you want to beat every team. Of course, every game is important, but it's really important now, and you know, just being able to be home again in the nest is a great feeling. So we want to get that one next week.
It was a dogfight. I mean, and they're defending champions just like we are. We knew they were coming here, you know, give us a good fight, and that's what it was. It came down to the wire.
So I've asked everybody what their reaction was when you got the interception. What were you thinking when the ball ended up in your hands?
First of all, this is a good play call by Coach Eastman. I just read my keys and broke on the ball. It's made a play. It felt good, felt relief. I don't think I really had a good game, so to make that play really feels good.
And that was your first interception this season, right?
I needed one. It was past due. It was past due for me to get one. It feels good.
Okay. And how does it feel to be on the other side of this game? You guys lose 2 years in a row to Morgan and finally get a win.
We lost to Morgan the last 2 years, my sophomore and my junior year. So to get this win, it really feels good. That was one of the teams where, besides Bethune, where I really was like, we need this win. Every game is a must win, but certain teams, you really want to get that W.
Okay. Does this game feel like a personal game to you, like one that you personally had to win? Because I know a lot of the guys had, personal grudges or whatever against Morgan.
Yeah, I would say it was more personal. Because Morgan was one of the teams that beat us last year. It came down to the wire. So for us to get this W, that was a big win.
Okay. And how much did they change when they got Higgins in there at quarterback?
They didn't change that much. They still wanted to run the ball, and we stopped that for the most part. So nothing really changed with them. They're a good team. They're defending champions, and they came in here and fought like defending champions.
That's all I have.
All right, Ryan. Well, Norfolk State comes up next, a big game, homecoming week. How do you feel going toward that game?
It's homecoming week. It don't get no better than that, for real. All week's going to be really exciting, and then Saturday it's going to be a lot of people here, so it's going to put on a show.
Oh, it was a fight, man. Everyone, we knew they were going to come out, give it the all, and we had to come back and match the intensity.
Got another 100-yard game under your belt. How does that feel for you personally? What was kind of opening up for you today?
The offensive line did a great job, just holding them to their blocks and allowing me to find alleys to penetrate. So I give all the credit to the linemen.
Forget it. You said you didn't like a lot of contact. You were running through some tackles out there. How did you, mentally going into that, what were you thinking?
Well, Coach Mack pulled me aside and said, you got to dig, you got to fight. So, I took those words really strongly coming from him. So I just did all I can, gave all my guy, and just ran as hard as I could.
And also, it's his birthday today. Did you feel extra pressure, like, man, we have got to win for Coach? He cannot look at this day and be like, I turned 35 and I lost.
Well, I actually didn't know it was his birthday, so until I saw it on the intercom. So when I saw him, like, I'm glad we won. We did.
You went through the entire game not knowing it was his birthday?
Yes, ma'am.
You might be the only person on the team, maybe.
Yeah, I just might be. I'll tell Coach.
Well, when you look at this win, did it seem like they were prepared for your run game today? They stopped Malcolm a couple times, stopped you a couple times. What were you kind of seeing out of their defense?
Yeah, I definitely knew they had a lot of people in the box. They had like 5, 6 down linemen. So I knew they were prepared for the run, but, we still fought and gave it we all, and the linemen kept on pushing. We kept on pushing, so we just fought it out right.
It seemed like they made a couple changes at least toward the end of the game because you got a lot there in the first, second quarter. What kind of adjustments did you see them making?
They just brought a lot more people down the box. They went from 2 safety high to a 1 safety high. So, that allowed that extra man on the edge to come and bring pressure towards us, too.
Looking at North Carolina Central offensively, they only passed the ball about 7 times. Were you expecting to carry that heavy of a load today?
No, I wasn't. But, when in doubt, whenever coach makes a call, you just got to execute. No excuses for it.
And you ran for 2 touchdowns today. I think both of them were in the first quarter, and I saw you were fired up after one of your runs. How did you feel when you were able to go out there and put your team in front by 2 scores in the first quarter?
Oh, it felt great. The offensive line came out with a jump start, and I was in the groove. The offense was in the groove, and everybody was just doing what they were supposed to do. So it felt great.
As I said, they only passed the ball about 7 times today, so that meant that it was all about the rushing game. So you, along with Ramon Simpson and Malcolm Bell, and on the act as well. Talk about your teammates and how you guys were able to get the thing done on the ground.
We just flat out and said, look, we're going to run the ball. We're going to play smash mouth football with these guys, and we're going to get a big push up front. We're going to run the ball. I'm going to run the ball. Ramon's going to run the ball. Malcolm's going to run the ball. They got to figure out how to stop us 3.
All right, well, next week, homecoming week, Norfolk State coming in. It's going to be a maroon and gray explosion here. How do you feel going forward to that game?
Oh, I'm very excited. I'm ready to see what we got.
It was a great game, great win for us. We came out on top. Like I said last year, we didn't come out on top. I wasn't here, but I heard it was a heartbreaker. So it's good to give these seniors a uplifting win today for them.
You've been, pretty successful out there converting those field goals. What's your career long, like in practice or, just messing around out there? Because you hit like a 49-yarder. Is that it today?
think it was 49. I'm
47.
not sure.
It was more than 40.
I don't like to think about it. Just go out there and kick it. But practice, I think I've hit a 62 just messing around in practice and stuff like that. So it was within my range, so that's good.
Okay, so what do you think, when you see the offense kind of stalls out and they're going to bring you on there for a long field goal, what's going through your mind?
Make the kick. Just put it through the uprights and do what I have to do. Make sure my snapper and my holder are good, and they executed well today too. So I gotta give credit to them too.
Okay, and so how big does this win feel? Knowing that it only came by one field goal and you kicked the game winner.
It feels good. It was a team effort. So if they didn't get the block punt, then I wouldn't have been in a position to kick it. So.
Well, you made a 47-yard field goal. So as a special teams kicker, you go out there and you see the kicker on the other team nail a 50-yarder. What were you thinking when you saw him go out there with that kick?
Man, he went up me. I was hoping I was going to get the longest one this game, but it played in his favor a little bit more.
And today, with the field goals, you were responsible for the second game-winning field goal this year. How does that make you feel?
Feels good. I got that field goal, so put it through that price. So it always feels good.
All right, well, next week it's Norfolk State, homecoming week. Your first homecoming here at North Carolina Central. How do you feel going forward to that?
I'm excited for the atmosphere. Heard there's a lot of people coming to the game, so I like to see that. Hope the fans are into it, and hope we come out with a dub.
This has been an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.